Okay, there she is. Good morning and welcome once again.
Good morning. How are you? Nice to see you again. Here we go.
Over to you.
Thank you. Morning, viewers. Welcome back to another edition of Kakaki Cancer Awareness with Dr. Denise Ejo, the CEO of Common Cancer Foundation, in partnership with AIT. Together we fight, together we win. I want to thank you all and the champions everywhere. I'm rooting for you. So let's look at why I'm rooting for you. June celebrates survivorship, and this month this will be our focus. So, survivors are resilient and durable in distressing situations. They gain emotional balance quickly, adapt and cope well. They thrive by gaining strength from adversity and often convert misfortune into a gift. I want to welcome you all to this particular edition. And for this month, we're going to be celebrating cancer patients, survivors. So what have I got in the house? In front of me here, we've got Memuna Joy, and we should be also having Kelly Bassi. So hello Memuna. Your mic is not on. Your mic is not on. Your mic on your device. While you're doing that, let me say hello Kelly.
Yes, good morning.
How are you? I can't see you very well. So okay.
Hi, Dr. Daniel.
Good morning, Memuna. Good morning, Kelly. Thank you both for joining me as we celebrate Survivors Month. How are you doing? Good?
We are good.
Awesome. So today, we're celebrating with all cancer patients, survivors, family, and friends. It's not easy, but together we fight, together we win. So as we start this conversation, let's follow, subscribe, and share the Cornwall Cancer Foundation events going on. So our guest, let me introduce you briefly. Kelly Bassi is from Cross River State and the son of a lady who was diagnosed and died of breast cancer. He is an information scientist and a cancer advocate. Mrs. Maimuna Barua is a cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with colon cancer in November 2019. Maimuna has undergone a variety of treatment and remains grateful for her life and family support. So thank you both for joining me. Let's remain united against cancer. As together we fight, together we win. So let's go. I'm going to start very quickly, and we're going to start having this chat very, very quickly. So here we go. Firstly, Memuna, please briefly share your cancer journey today, as briefly as you can, because it's time. All of us have very long stories.
Okay. Let me start. I want to appreciate God, the source of my life, and I want to appreciate Dr. Dennis for this opportunity to come here to tell my story. As already you said it, I was diagnosed of cancer, colon cancer, 2019, and we went to a doctor. He said he must get a staples for my surgery, and he has to order it. Then he said we have to go for radiation. Then I was living in Sokoto, but the machine for the radiation was down. So we were racing against time so that the cancer will not spread. So we flew to India. We looked for a visa, we flew to India. On reaching India, they gave me radiotherapy. Then they gave me resection and anastomosis. My cancer was so low on the sigmoid junction of my sphincter. Then after that, they gave me an ileostomy. Then we came back to Nigeria 2020. Then I started having my chemo. I had 4 cycles of chemo. After that, within the cycle of chemo, they reversed the hospital in Sokoto reversed the ileostomy. Then in the process, I developed rectovaginal fistula. Instead to defecate through the anus, I was defecating through my private part, which was so devastating. Then from there, we started running from one hospital to the other to have a repair of the fistula. I went to Gombe, I went to Jos, then I end up in Abuja. The doctors tried their best, but it was not easy for them. They were limited. Then that was how I struggled. In Abuja, they gave me another ileostomy, and I lived with it for 2.5 years. Then they wanted to do another repair. Then I told my husband, oh no, let's look for another help abroad. Then we decided to look for a visa. We went to US. We went to Mayo Clinic, the best hospital in the world, to the glory of God. We went there. It started. They wanted to do it, but the money was so exorbitant. It was $132,000, which we don't have. Then we started looking for money here and there, and we applied for financial assistance. To the glory of God, God came through for us. They waived $110,000 for me, and I had my surgery. Yes, I had a reconstructive surgery of a pelvic floor and a permanent colostomy. So right now I'm living with a permanent colostomy. To the glory of God, no malignancy. And I want to really appreciate through this journey, within this 5 years of journey, I've undergone 9 to 10 surgeries, really. And I want to appreciate God Almighty for life. And I want to appreciate my husband for being supportive, both financially and emotionally. And for my parents for being there for my family. And to my brave children, they are young, but they were brave. And to friends and relations all around the world. So I'm here, excited, happy. All the journey I went through, I'm here alive and strong and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Marina. Really, that is really God coming through for you. That's really good. See, sometimes you just have to keep fighting. So that's why I say, together we fight, together we win. Yeah. All right, now we've got Kelly. Kelly is the son of a cancer patient who eventually died, and I would like him to share his experience on being a carer, especially as we have a lot of young adults, young children, funnily enough, who have now become carers of cancer patients, and yet they have not been able to live. They're having to live their life. My children are one of them. So, Kelly, over to you.
Thank you very much. I want to say a very big thank you to God and say thank you so much to Denise. Meeting you has been a very wonderful experience so far. And it all began with my mom noticing a lump on her breast. And so one of those days I just came in and she told me, oh, Kelly, I noticed something and it's really, really a thing of concern to me. So when she said that, I was like, okay, fine, see, so we had an appointment with him. We went to see him and he said it was a lump that could be excised. So we should just get on with it. My mom had this fear from knives. So when they talked about excision, my mom was really, really scared. When I was in the university, she popped a pimple on my face and refused. It grew really big into a very big lump, and it made wearing my glasses a bit difficult. So I had to manage through with it. And even when we were advised by doctors to exercise it, my mom said, no, don't do that. She has nothing nice to know. So when
Kelly, your network is not very clear.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I said after the family doctor advised us for a minor surgery just to excise the lump from her breast and then run some other tests. She had her fears. My mom didn't really like anything that had to do with the surgical blade. So we went for other tests. We went to a state teaching hospital. Is it better? part of the Boeing State, anyways, went to their teaching hospital. We did some tests on it. In the end, they told us, oh no, it's just a lump. It's not serious. They said it was all serious. That was the word. So my mom was like, okay, so what do you advise? Oh man, let's just take it out. So we kept going back and forth on the process, and then in the end, it busted out into a sock. And when it opened up, we went back again to a state. We checked out some private hospitals who upon testing it, and I said, oh, this is cancer. And let's see what we can do about it. So when we went out for test, we also got the God factor involved. Mom said she was going to go to healing school at Christ University. So she went to healing school that year, and getting to healing school, she did the whole process and all. My mom was very shocked. So a good Christian, that's the word. So when she came from healing school, I asked her, so how do you feel? What's the next time action? They gave her some fake proclamations and all of that. She was going to keep praying. And by the time we went through the process, I found out my mom was deteriorating by the day. She kept going ill and all of that. So I advised. I said, okay, why not we go for a little chat again with the doctor and see what comes out of it. So when we went, the doctor said the cancer had really gone, but now just to add this, myself, my first experience with a cancer patient, I had never met or come across a cancer patient. I always heard about cancer, but then now I was dealing with cancer one-on-one, and honestly, I didn't know what to do. That was my first time meeting someone with cancer. So, and I've been an only child, although my mom's sisters were available, but they were all new to this cancer thing. So we tried our best in the little way we could. We made sure we supported her, kept going back and forth. I even had with my job in Lagos to come back about and stay with her through the process. So she started the chemotherapy journey. We hoped she was going to feel better after the chemotherapy. But then we noticed it kept going worse, and then they said the whole process was going and was going really bad. So in the end, we started the process, we treated, and she was really losing it. She lost weight so badly, and after losing so much weight, next thing that happened was we took her for to the hospital where we met with the doctor. We asked him to what's the way forward. He said with the stage she had gotten to, there's every possibility we might be losing her. Some people are lucky to go a year, some months, some weeks, some days, some hours, as the case may be. But let's just be positive and go. And the day after that discussion with the doctor, that was mentioned.
I'm sorry to hear this, Kelly, but I'm glad you shared this story today. And the reason I've said it is because a lot of people, firstly, do not realize that you're a survivor. And you are, because for you to have gone this journey, it's not just us that are in it that are deemed as survivors. The trauma you've had to go through is one. But secondly, and which is saddening, is the fact that she did go for the test and she was told she didn't have it. I mean, maybe if they told her, number one, and secondly, another thing that we've always had as a serious concern is the fact that a lot of people talk a lot about the faith part. And I'm hoping that a lot of people will hear now that this faith journey, it comes with medicine. It's not just on its own. Okay, so let's look at another one. And this is the very brief one I want you to be this time you're going to be very brief. As a child of someone who has, I want you to talk me through. You've now explained to me about the support briefly. But give me two key things that helped you navigate being there for your mom. Like you say, and first of all, you're having an only child, so that much help, aunties and uncles that you're going to help you. And what would you suggest somebody else in your shoes should do? 2 things.
Firstly, thank you very much, man. I think firstly we have to see what people can do support. Supportive care includes physical, psychological, social, and spiritual provisions. So we still have to work with family support. I also think another thing is the pain management. So I remember sometimes my mom would keep groaning. She couldn't sleep till she passed. She always sat on the chair, had a pillow placed under her. She just leaned her head slightly. And, at first we didn't really understand. We tried to make her lay on the bed, but it didn't work. So I think pain management is another thing. Because when someone is actually down there with the pain and all of that, most times they can't really express themselves. They become like children who can't really express themselves. So we should be able to, be proactive for them, live for them, pain management, like I said, nutritional support. And then basically, one of the things I also feel is we should be very, very particular about the food they eat. Because my mom, at that point, she couldn't really eat anything because it was affected up to her throat. It was big swelling. So she was literally on food. She took just water and all of that. And then at some point, she couldn't take even water again because I think the swelling affected her passage. So I think we should also watch the food not to trigger the whole process. We should also ignore science.
You've got 3. You've got your 3. Your 3 is up. Thank you very much. Your 3 is up. Your 3 is up. You're giving me 3 good ones. Thank you. I really appreciate those points you've made because actually pain management maybe is a conversation we need to have next because I live on the pain management and I can't tell anybody I couldn't still be talking now if I didn't have access to pain management. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people that come back and tell me how they can't access it. That's very sad because honestly, without the pain management, no, I can't even imagine. I don't even want to go there. Mermuna.
Yeah.
If given the opportunity to speak to governments, this is a serious discussion now.
Yeah.
What would be your main request? So it's a big request. But don't look at money because money is budgets. Look at anything else.
Okay. I'll advise if I'm to talk to the government right now, I'll advise they should have a initiative for cancer treatment like the way they did for HIV from the beginning of the journey, like from diagnosis, investigation, chemo, radiation, and surgery and follow-ups free of charge. It will go a long way because it's not everybody that has the money to access these services. People are dying. They should even partner with nations. They should collaborate with nations and institute for cancer treatment. And another thing is they should build a multidisciplinary approach, like where there is PET scan, there is radio, there is surgery, a big hospital that is equipped with doctors. Like, when I'm supposed to go to Lagos to have PET scan, it was only Lagos 2019, and I have to go to Sokoto to have radio. And you imagine the helter-skelter that a cancer patient will be doing just because everything is not in one place. So the government should try and build or construct a comfortable and multidisciplinary action with the help of other nations and, make it free. I think it will go a long way in helping people.
Okay, so the free part is where there's a challenge because there's a budget, so we cannot get past that. I know that NICRAT, so let's give credit where credit is due, and I'm going to recognize them. The government has done a lot.
Okay.
now got NICRAT. NICRAT is working, and they are the ones that are in charge of the medicines and what is available. And cancer patients who need access to funds can go through their consultants. If you have the cancers that are funded, because it's not all cancers that are funded as of now. So, that's the key issue. Certain cancers are funded now. You just have to apply for funding for them to pay for your treatment. So that one's there. We now have some medical hospitals. So I want to give some credit. So I'll answer some, and then I'll leave some that we cannot answer. We have spoken to government, and we can only beg government to answer us.
Yeah.
The government has helped us with some centers are built. Maiduguri is up and running. We're waiting for Kano. We're waiting for the one in Rivers. We're waiting for some medical centers that are being upgraded. So let's keep our fingers crossed and just continue to encourage government on some of the ones they are doing, because they are trying. At least as of this time last year. No, we didn't have it. There's one I want to add: screening. Screening should be started earlier, so that at least if we had screening, Kelly, what do you think? Do you agree with me? I think screening should be added earlier. I'm more concerned now screening, especially for men, because of prostate cancer. But let me ask everyone now. This is going to be my last question to both of you. Give me one suggestion of engaging with the young population. One suggestion, because we're rounding up now. And that suggestion, I'm going to ask Maimuna, you give me first.
Okay. I'll advise we go to campaigning and advocating for cancer awareness from the grassroots. Like if I don't I know about the sign of colon cancer, I could have be fast to go for screening and check myself. I didn't know that when you start seeing pus or blood in any part of your body, you should run for your life. You should run to the hospital. I didn't know, but I was passing blood for 6 to 7 months. I didn't know. And I was just sitting down. So when you tell the children, like my children knows a lot about cancer from primary, secondary, even universities. You advocate, you tell them the harm, the factors, and everything they need to know about cancer.
So we're going to make sure that I'm coming back to you, because you're going to be one of those that are going to be the voice on this matter. When they're asking me, who do you recommend I will call you? Colon cancer. All right, next one. Kelly. Because you can't pass it to government. It's not everything you can pass to government. So all of us have a responsibility to deal with this cancer issue. And Kelly, one message, one thing, one suggestion of engaging the young population.
All right, thank you, Ma. Talking about that, we need to have peer groups like we have for HIV back in primary and secondary school, like peer groups where they create awareness about HIV and all of that. We should be able to also have peer groups for cancer. My wife is a teacher, and I was discussing with her and trying to suggest possible ways of them trying to, inculcate it in part of the school activities. So I feel we should have a group, and then there should be this back-to-back awareness being created either on social media. Most times we have sponsored ads on Facebook, Instagram, and all. Cancer should be part of those sponsored ads to create awareness. I'm trying to see a TikTok video or a video on YouTube about Sabinus and something. And then that breaking between where I'm probably seeing about calcula, I should see cancer, to create that awareness, that 5 seconds. So the end of the video, we should create more awareness. So I think we should do more sponsor ads alongside peer groups.
All right. I think I actually like those suggestions, because, so we're going to hope that that one, the peer groups is government, not government, it's private sector. So let's see how we're going to get private sector to help us to fund those type of things, because they are the ones that can fund. The billboards are too expensive. I know what they're costing. That's why we don't have a billboard as of today. But anyway, thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Maimuna, for joining me today. happy Survivors Month. We're still alive. We have a reason to praise God. I'm one person. As I leave you now, I'm going to go have brain surgery in a minute. So we have to have a reason to laugh here and be grateful for life and what it holds for us.
Yes.
So thank you, both of you, for joining me today, and may God bless you. And thank you for the work you do for us.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
so
Thank you so much.
So follow us all on our social media handles. We share our activities and the various activities are happening across the country. This is Survivors Month. Let's see what's happening. I'm thinking of, let's see what we can do for a giveaway for a cancer patient. Watch the space. There should be something coming up. Something is cooking for somebody to get some money or something, but I don't know what it is. You'll find out very soon. Together we fight, together we win. For more information, follow us on our social media handles, Promote Cancer Foundation, share, subscribe, and click the notification buttons on our YouTube channel. We are on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. And we have a live chat option if you want to speak to someone. We have a doctor out there who can help you. Help us to educate family and friends in 2024. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. And happy Democracy Day. I think we all had a good day yesterday. We thank God for what we have. Together we fight, together we win. I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. Thank you all, and have a good day. Our message is very clear. Together we'll fight, together we win.